Yo, what's up? It's your boy Greg Gray, Dope Living TV Live. Let me start off by saying the views that are expressed on this Dope Living TV Live are not necessarily the views of Dope Living TV or its affiliates. Having said that, today we're going to take a break from the relationship stuff and we're going to get literary on your ass. We're going to talk to a couple of authors, fantastic authors who are doing some things, making some headway with their creative juices flowing by writing books. One is did I change that? Wow, look at there. One is Michelle. She calls herself the IT lady, and she has a couple of things going on, and we're going to talk about that. And the other one is a young lady named Latanza Johnson, who has a book simply called Hell No. What? Hell no. What? And we're gonna find out about how their process, how they came about writing these books, how they got them to whatever platforms, how they get them published, and all that stuff. While we're sitting here chilling, let's say what's up to Ujimar. What's going on, bro?
Yo, power to the people.
Yeah, man, right on with the right arm all day long. So we're going to talk to these authors today, and I know one of them happens to be a good friend of yours. You want to give a little bit of information about her while she chilling, waiting?
Well, you know, she is real self-explanatory. She's lived a lot of life, and I believe that she's putting even more life into that book.
Okay.
All right, to start off with, you get some books that, she's got one of those books you might shed a tear about because these stories are the way she put them together and different things of that nature. It just brings life to the book. The book just comes to life, just like a movie. You know what I'm saying? So, I ain't gonna spoil too much of it. I'm gonna let her tell about it, but she is deep, very deep person. Lives a lot of life like how I say I lived a lot of life. She lived even more.
And I understand she got that's not her only book. Without further ado, let's go ahead and bring Latanza on. Everybody, this is a lady who has I do know her. I don't know her as well as Uji does, but I know her. I know she's a driven individual. I know that she does a lot of things to help people to get to a certain level of life that they're aspiring to be to. And she's a fantastic individual. Everybody say what's up to Latanza Johnson.
Hey, out to the people.
How are you?
That's
over there with your mask on, being safe.
Yeah, I've got reasons for that. Thank you for cooperating. And I appreciate you guys having me on your show. Thanks.
That's all good. It's all good. So what's been up with you, man? I haven't seen you in a while. What's been going on? I see you writing the books.
I've been taking it easy. Always trying to be productive in my life, raising my children. I've got grandchildren now. So I'm always busy, and I'm writing my book.
Okay, so we're going to get to the book in a second, but as Luigi was saying, we all, and we say it all the time, we all go through something to get to something. All right, what has your journey been like?
All right, well, I can tell you a little bit about it, and I don't particularly try to amplify my experiences above anyone else's because my
You there? I think she froze up.
Yeah, but however, my book kind of explains my formative years from about 0 to 10 years old, and my life at the present moment, excuse me, has been a journey of revelation. I'm a very spiritual individual. Everybody has their own perspective about, who God is, you know, what background they come from, a theological perspective. And I've been on that journey lately.
Absolutely. That's a great lead into everything that you're doing. So how did you come to write the book Hell No? And I know you got another book called Trifling, but how did you come to write the book Hell No? What brought you to that? I mean, was it life experiences? And give us some insight as to what brought you to writing that book.
Okay. So first of all, I never thought that I would have wrote a book. Okay.
Okay. Freezing up. We're probably missing a whole lot right now.
I know. We're gonna get it back though. So Uji, can you text her and tell her to log off and log back on? Okay. So that maybe, because I don't know, maybe she's in a bad spot or something. I don't know. But we're talking today. We're being literary today, everybody. We're taking a break from the relationships, and we're talking to a couple of authors, local authors that are making a big
chance to figure out, what I wanted to do, to reassess and look at me introspectively.
Latanza, 1 second. I'm sorry, excuse me. You actually froze up during most of that. If you can probably log off and log back on, you might get a better reception.
All right.
All right, cool.
All right.
Again, we're talking with Latanza Johnson. She's an author. She has a book that she's putting out there right now called Hell No. And I think it's on Amazon. Am I correct, Uji?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's on Amazon right now. And she was having some problems with Amazon. Amazon really don't cooperate with authors as good as they should. I've heard so much bad about Amazon and different authors, but they've straightened it out where they got the ebook now and they got the book going. But I think at the same time she's about to
do something,
start doing them herself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no knock to Amazon. Like I said, the views expressed here are not necessarily views of DopelivenTV or its affiliates, but I've heard a lot of things as far as with the films as well. Amazon, great platform, but they're a platform for themselves.
Right.
And they don't, I'm just going to keep it. That's what we do on DopelivenTV Live. We keep it 100, okay? They're a platform for themselves, all right? And they don't do, as far as I'm concerned, too much for filmmakers. I can't speak on what they do for authors, all right? But I think that they need to open it up a little bit more, because there's a lot of creative people out there who got a lot of stuff that needs to be seen. And having the platform that Amazon has, they need to help push it. Okay, Amazon, you got all of your money. Let's help these other people get their money too. Okay.
Right. And see, the whole thing about it is, with them, they are helping so many sad people.
I was going to say,
they're helping so many sad people make money off of us. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the problems too. You got 3, 4, 5, maybe even up to 10 people on your product, depending on how good it is. And those people are actually trying to split in and get a piece of that pie at the same time. And, publishers that's one of the things. They do have their own, publishing and everything, but you get such a small piece of the pie from Amazon.
Right. And that's the thing that I truly, that we did. And Crystal Sims says, I agree. One thing that we try to do with DopelivenTV is we want to give back. You know what I'm saying? So yes, you subscribe to our channel and you get your product on there, but we also give you a portion of the subscription. So, because everybody, but whether it's an author, and I'm speaking filmmakers, but whether it's an author or a filmmaker, they spend money to get their product out, to get their ideas out, to get their vision out. And the only way that they can get something back is if they get enough people to look at it and subscribe to it. And you got the platforms like Netflix and Amazon and Hulu, huge platforms. But if you don't have a Will Smith name behind you or a big name behind you, they're not going to support you like that. As a matter of fact, they'll tell you, hey, yes, send your product in. We're going to put it along with all the rest of the little B movies, all right? And we're not going to support it. But you'll be on Amazon. You'll be on Amazon Prime. You'll be there. But I'm not here to knock them. Okay, we want to
right, exactly. We shop with them most definitely. It's just that
definitely.
it's just not for that's not for the people. They're for themselves.
Yeah, we give the money, but we ain't getting nothing back. All right, let's put it like that. So, but we want to celebrate and promote. That's what we're gonna do here on Dope Living TV Live. We're gonna celebrate and promote those authors and anybody that comes on here. But today it's about celebrating the literary arts. And Latanza's not here yet again, okay, but we can still talk about her. She has a book, and we want to support that book. It's called Hell No, and it's by Latanza Johnson. That's the cover right there, if I'm not mistaken, right, Uji?
Yeah, that's the cover. That's the
okay.
Yeah.
And so all you guys have to do is go to Amazon. It's right there. Get it. And when she gets back, hopefully she'll be able to come back, and she can describe everything that's well, not everything, but she can give you a synopsis of what's going on with the book and how she came to write it and everything. And again, I've known Latanza for a while, not to the level that Uji knows, but the person that I know is a driven person. She's very driven, and she's not that how can I say boisterous type of driven. She's a laid back driven. It's like I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, all right, but I don't have to be all out there, passing out flyers and doing all of that stuff and this and that. You're gonna know because I'm gonna walk silently and carry that big stick. You know what I mean? Everybody says up there.
This book right here is it's real interesting because this, as she just said, I don't know if you guys caught it, but she said this was from the age of 1 to 10.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm sure I think I heard her say she was telling me that she's going to do a second one, that follows from there. But she got enough to say from the age of 1 to 10 for enough for a book. And that gotta be some serious stuff. She actually got a couple pages posted on her Facebook page, and it's pretty serious.
Oh, hell no. Age 10. Everybody say what's up to Miss Gina Gatson. She is an author herself. Hey, Gina.
Hey, everybody.
People, Gina, what's going down?
Yes,
you got a book there, Ujima?
Do I got a book?
That you're talking about.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about my friend. She should be back. She was having a bad connection. Told her to log out and log back in, but yeah, she just put this book out a couple weeks ago, and it's pretty in depth.
It's called Hell No, Gina, and I think it's one that you might want to talk to. This is Gina's atmosphere right here today. Talk about, she started talking about it, but she had a little faux pas, I'll call it. All right. So while we're waiting on her, let's start. She over there grinning. See, Michelle, you can't see what I see, so she down there grinning. Wait, so I'm gonna tease her for a little while, okay? So this is.
Oh, excuse me.
Ooh, that sounds like everything in your soul came out. That one, man. Hold on, let me wipe my screen.
I just came from outside, so I got allergies really bad. When I go outside, it's over.
Bless you, Dominus Ominous. Bless
Thank you. I'm so sorry.
Michelle, the computer lady, the IT lady. Now, Gina, when you sent me the inbox, I was saying, okay, Michelle is the it lady. I want to know why they call her the it lady. Okay.
IT.
As I went to her site, the Mommy Readers Collection, I said, okay, she's IT. Now, real quick, Crystal Sims says that the book Hell No is a must read.
I'm telling you.
So we got to check it out. We got to get Latanza back here really quick. And Michelle, you ain't got to write no more in the back. Look, everybody, look, she is an accomplished author. She has a website, the Mommy Readers Collection. I'm tired of her writing in the private chat. Come on.
Hey, Queen.
How you doing, Queen? Hi, Kings.
Hey, Michelle, the computer lady. What's
You
going on?
guys are gonna love Michelle because, yes, she's in my realm with writing, but she also has been in you guys' realm with music and DJing and things like that.
That ain't me. That ain't me.
He's like,
I just did the show.
okay, Shaggy, wasn't me.
Wasn't me. So, Michelle, thank you first of all for coming to the show.
Thank you for having me. Always a pleasure. Gina is just amazing what she's been doing, and so any way I can help, I want to make sure that we have that synergy and that collaboration.
Yeah, she's all right.
Don't mind him, Michelle.
Okay. But Michelle, again, thank you for coming. We want to talk about your journey. We want to talk about how you became Michelle, the IT lady, the computer lady. But let's go a little bit farther back. Okay, what brought you to writing? You know, what made you want to be an author?
Well, I'm not an author. Let's really take it back a little bit.
Okay.
I'm a 5-year breast cancer survivor.
So
God
bless you.
Right. After breast cancer surgery, I was sitting home and literally going out of my mind thinking about, if I was going to live or going to die. And God was like, let me give you something to calm yourself down. And the book started coming to me. Wow. And so I started writing then. And, I have this wonderful way of being able to explain things where people can understand them simply. And so that's how I started writing for children. So it wasn't my life goal to be an author. I said one day I might pen my little corny memoir like everybody else does, but I had never thought about writing for children like that until God gave me this gift.
Absolutely. I see how articulate you are. So I know that the book has to be a page turner in itself. And as we're talking to Michelle, the computer lady, just want everyone to know that we're being literary today. We're talking about authors. This is Gina's wheelhouse today. All right. Make sure Gina get hers in because she has a Distinguished Authors Guild where she gives promise and support to everyone who's writing books out there who is not getting the platforms that they deserve to get there. All right. And everybody say what's up to Maurice.
What's happening, y'all?
Hi, Maurice.
Hey.
We got Latanza standing back in the green rooms because we're gonna do this double talk, okay, to everybody. But while we're talking to you, Michelle, so as you went through your journey, you decided you wanted to talk to people. You wanted people to know your journey. You wanted people to know what was inside of you. All right. How difficult of a transition was that?
Well, the breast cancer, it's still a transition because if I can be really blunt, men don't look at you the same way, or people don't look at you the same way when you don't have breast. When people see me, if they don't know who I am, they're like, is it a man? Is it a woman? Is it an it? Because let's face what life is. Mm-hmm. But I had to learn how to navigate and come to terms with being okay with my body. I'm not okay with what happened, but being okay in my spirit. And so that's the transition, and I'm still working through it. It's just like being on television or being on a podcast. Now I'm seen all over the world. And if you asked me this just a year ago, I was like, no, I didn't feel like I was good enough to be in that space. So This is a whole different realm for me.
Wow. That's a compelling story, but we, and you, like you said, man, we're shallow. All right. But we here at Dope Living TV Live, we support. We don't care about all of that. I mean, we care about your health, but we don't care about the looks. I mean, look, we got Maurice over here. He's ugly.
What you trying to say?
He's ugly.
What you trying to say?
we keep him on here, all right? So I brought Latanza.
Greg, don't let Greg tell you he got a wooden leg with a kickstand.
I get you.
Oh, this is going to be awesome.
I didn't forewarn you. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
That's okay.
He started. He
This
threw
is
the.
going to
Hey,
be my
hey,
most fun hour of the day. I have
he threw the
I have
first
no
stone.
doubt.
you gotta make sure you tell Gina. You gotta make sure you let people know how we are on here, okay? 'Cause see, right now, Uji is real. He got his seatbelt on right now, but
Right.
when seatbelt
I was
off.
gonna say, quiet. What's up, Prop?
Take the seatbelt off. It's a done deal. Now, Michelle, we're going to be doing this in tandem, okay? So
No worries.
I'm gonna we got your backstory. Now, Latanza was trying to tell us her backstory when she got kind of misplaced through the. Yeah, there you go. Go ahead, Michelle. Let's do it. Let's Dougie. You want a Dougie girl? Woo. Latanza.
Head almost came out.
Huh?
Said that head almost came out.
Dude, I ain't ashamed of my head. Come on now.
Ow. Ow.
Well, see,
Man,
the
look.
best thing about black men, you can be bald, you can have a beard.
Exactly.
You literally could be 2 steps from Ugly's front door, and a woman's always going to want you. There's a big double standard when it comes to women and men in our culture. It just is.
They could be fat. They could be short.
No, they can't
They
in my
could be
family.
green.
No, they can't in
No
my
teeth.
Okay. You just said I was Ugly's back door, but I'm gonna let that ride. I'm gonna do the rest of the show without my hat. Anyway, Latanza.
Dang.
Now I love my hats, man. Y'all know this. Latanza. So as we were talking, you got cut off about your backstory. Okay. You wanna get back into that? Hey Uji, I'm gonna need you to send her this phone.
Okay, yeah, guys, and I do apologize. Can you guys hear me though?
Intermittent.
It's a bad connection, really bad connection.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we
Try
can.
it one more time. Shit.
Yeah.
Try. Turn the router off and turn it back on.
You just did that. It's something else. It's in a bad area, probably.
Yeah, Latanza, we got to get you in a good area.
Listen, I've had so much difficulty with this book. Try this one more time, and I think I'm gonna bring out the different phone. I've got a different iPhone.
You might need to.
With, so give me
we
one
got
second.
2 hours.
I don't know what
we got 2 hours. We got 2 hours. So go ahead and do your thing. All right, we got you. What's up, Isha Williams?
What's up, man?
Hey, stop.
Everybody checking in tonight.
We got Elsa here tonight.
Elsa back on tonight.
You checking in,
Michelle, while we're waiting on what'd you say, Maurice?
I said everybody checking in tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got to do that. Okay, but you know why, right? Because we got Latanza and Michelle, the it lady, here tonight.
IT. You and IT.
You and IT.
So are you an IT?
Yes,
I am. I teach computer hardware repair.
Wow.
To beginners, and I teach people how to make 8 streams of revenue. Literally, we make millionaires.
Huh.
So people that come to our course, we have an 8-day device masters, and I teach 4 days of that course, and I teach workstations, desktop, laptops, server smart hands, and printer maintenance.
I probably need to get some enhanced. I do ATM networks, so.
You the man.
ATM. No.
Well, no. But guys that fix ATMs, they make a lot of money.
Yeah, that's 3 letters. You're 2. So let's start with your IT.
Information technology.
Yeah, we can talk about his ATM.
Automatic teller machine.
A little bit later.
Ant-Man teller.
You know, Ant-Man.
We love the Ant-Man because when we go to the ATM, we want to make sure we get our money.
That's right.
Hey, I ain't got no problem with it.
That's right.
Man, you corny as hell, Michelle. But look, here we go.
It's the truth, Michelle. It's the truth. Here you go.
I'm messing with you. So she has a book called Mommy, What is an Entrepreneur? And it's by Michelle, the computer lady. What is this about?
This is about a mother teaching her daughter about what her and her husband perform as entrepreneurs. And it also speaks to the life of Madam C.J. Walker, our first Black female millionaire. And so, as I like to coin it, it's edutainment, because the mommy not only teaches them what they do, but how they've gotten there and how they create wealth, and how the little girl also is an entrepreneur and it's in her bloodline.
Okay, so is it is there an age limit to trying to learn something as to how to be an entrepreneur?
Well, of course not. But the age limit for this book is from 4 to 10 years old. I do have some older readers that do read it, like 11 and 12, but they usually use it when they go babysitting.
So
you think about it. If you're the babysitter and you bring a little book, you got your tablet, you bring a book for the kids, and they're reading it, they're having a ball, and they're like, you're the best babysitter ever. And so when mom and dad comes home because you got them all read up, and they're like, mommy, look at this new book. Then you get those extra coins in your pocket.
So I wish we had some pages that we could see, because it's an animated book with cartoons.
No,
correct?
it's an ebook.
It's an ebook.
Right. It's an ebook because I made it easy for everybody to get.
Yeah.
As I celebrate these 5 years of beating breast cancer, this ebook, I'm giving away 1 million copies for free.
Really?
Out of here.
No.
My grandson would love it.
So
you need to get your information. I know. Why we don't got no scroll going on, Greg?
Hey, between you and Uji trying to tell me how to do this, okay? You know.
Excuse me, sir. You always have a scroll going on.
I don't have. Hey, wait a minute. I don't have a problem. Uji, you muted. What did you say?
I said I'm waiting patiently. I wasn't gonna say nothing.
So she has a site, okay? And this is how I found it. It's the Mommy Readers Collection. All right, Maurice. So I'm going to put up her. I'm going to put it up there so it can scroll for a moment.
Okay, Michelle, let me ask you a question.
Sure,
Okay.
Mr. Bishop.
You don't have a QR code on there so you can get a direct download.
Yes, I do.
You do?
I
Hey,
do.
man, we don't know what all of that means.
Excuse me.
She does.
Excuse me.
I downloaded 4 copies.
Man. Woo.
What the hell?
There you go.
Come out with a slide. Is that a?
It's right there. It's right. I
She
see it.
is
I see it.
prepared.
I
Okay.
That sounds like she had a shade said.
I see the QR code right there. That's an awesome place to put that.
That's a big ass slide too.
Now look at
Maybe
you don't see that QR code in the middle?
Yeah. So that's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Earthquake.
This live TV.
Earthquake.
The views that you are seeing on Dope Living TV Live are not necessarily the views of Dope Living TV or
Well, I always keep a poster behind me and one in the car. You just never know where I might land.
so that's good. So you teach not only entrepreneurship, but you teach life as well, correct?
That is correct.
Yeah, and how do you put that do you put that in book form as well?
Well, my course is hands-on because you can't do everything in a book or even virtually. So I only teach 6 students at a time.
Okay.
But the course is 40 intensive hours of immersive hands-on training. So my students, they literally touch about 30 to 40 pieces of equipment before they can leave my class.
These ain't baby, are they? I mean, I would like to try to get into a class or two.
From 16 to 80.
Oh, damn.
Oh, wow.
That's my oldest student was 80, Miss Gwen, and she was amazing. She came in there and schooled some of them young folks.
Yeah, Maurice, you 81, man. You just missed it.
Dang, man.
We try to make sure that we keep the diversity on the show. So we have everybody that's grown up and some people that are overgrown. So
Where's this class at?
Huh?
I said, where's this class at?
It's in Norcross, Georgia.
Oh, I'm in Nashville.
We're gonna be rolling that way soon, Uji. So so it's hands-on. It's a hands-on class.
Exactly.
I have to be down there for how what is it, a week or something?
8 days total. Because
8 days total. Okay.
Right, my strategic alliance business partner, she teaches the cell phone, tablets, drones, and the entrepreneur course.
Drones,
right?
That can help you get your media up big time.
Wow. Because
big time, yeah.
I fly drones.
Nice.
I do films, but and I've shared this again to a lot of filmmakers because I want them to hear the story. And maybe somebody might say, well, hey, look, I want to make a movie from your story. Gina won't let me do any more promising to make
Not till you come through.
Not
But
till I
you know
come.
why.
But yeah, no, it's all good. I got so much stuff going on, man. But it's a good thing. It's a good thing. What is cellbotics.com?
Cellbotics, that's where I teach at in Norcross. It's Cellbotics Performance Training Center.
Mm-hmm.
We were in Greenville, South Carolina. We moved to the Atlanta area. This allows people to make sure that they can come, and we lowered the price of the course during COVID. So instead of having to take a flight into Atlanta and then take a hopper into Greenville, they can fly to Atlanta. And from the airport, we have literally 6 hotels around us. They can take the MARTA train to Doraville and then take an Uber up to our school for like $7.
So what? Because every time I'm looking at stuff, I see it's more and more and more. Can you give us a quick synopsis of what the course is about? What it comprises?
We perform hands-on training, and we teach you how to fix cell phones, how to fix tablets. And when we talk about cell phones, we're talking about Samsung, iPhones, LGs, whatever's on the market. Then in my course, we work on all the OEM manufacturers as we give you towards the CompTIA A+, which is the industry standard for computer support technicians or hardware support technicians. But we also teach you 8 ways, just in my class, because Nicole teaches another 8 ways to make money, and I teach you another 8 ways to make money as a computer support technician. Besides working for someone, you can work for yourself. Right. We teach you how to monetize that.
Do you teach them how to, or do you give them assistance into trying to get that as a career?
Oh, absolutely. We can place as well, but a lot of people that leave here after I show them how to make money, they're not really interested in going to work for someone.
No, right?
Though I have IT recruiters that call me on a consistent basis asking to hire my students.
Wow. It's like that, girl?
Yeah.
Well, I've been in the business 27 years as an IT professional. I work for one of the largest IT outsourcing companies in the world. I was the number 2 technician for over 7 years nationally.
Wow.
So I have a lot of, as they say, I have a lot of IT nerd cred.
And you teach
nothing wrong with that.
You teach everyone how to fix cell phones and everything like that too, right?
My business partner does the cell phones. I do workstations, desktop, laptops, server smart hands, and printer maintenance.
Oh boy, making my head hurt. Gina, make sure you get
you said server. Go back. What you said? The last
server smart hands and printer maintenance.
Maurice, I'm gonna need Gina to get in contact with her friend, because Gina, with those broke ass phones she has, Gina, make sure you learn how to fix your phone.
No, you didn't.
Don't talk about my phone.
Oh man,
I'm on the show every day.
Yeah, but hey, Maurice, she struggled for a minute. Okay, I think you need to get a refresher course.
Well, I'm telling you right now, I jumped off of Comcast and went fiber optic just today.
Nice.
Yeah.
But even though you went fiber optic, because you didn't have to jump off of Comcast.
I jumped off of Comcast for service reasons, but just, customer service sucks with Comcast.
Well, customer service sucks with all ISPs, especially if you can't get what you need at the time.
But
what most people don't know is,
go ahead.
They need to make sure that they upgrade their router so they're getting enough speed in the house.
Oh, yes. Trust me.
Especially with multiple gadgets.
Well, these guys said I could use up to 20. I could use up to 20 with my because I don't just use what they give me. I got a Blackhawk sitting next to mine. So I was gonna give me a TP. The newest TP.
We're gonna sit out on this one, okay? Y'all go ahead.
You talking about the DP? You talking about the DP Deco, or which system in TP? Because the Nighthawk is fine. Don't get me wrong. But the thing about it is, if you're plugged directly into your router, you're never going to have the latency that you have over wireless. Wired is always faster and better.
Of course.
But the other part of it is to make sure that you're having a really good modem.
Yeah, see, I got whatever they gave me. Well,
No. I bought my own.
Oh, you did?
Oh, absolutely. I don't rent equipment. I have my own equipment. Well, that's why I'm coming to you large and in charge. No latency.
Now, my grandson told me the same thing, and I was like, look, man, whatever they gave me, that's what I'm going to use. The big thing that I used to say back in the day about fiber optics is, you coming into old technology. As soon as you hit the house and it hits the equipment, it's old. It's go. That's the maximum you're gonna get. And a lot of people was talking about, no, it's fiber optics, man. It's speed of light. It's speed of light until it hit that box. Once it hit
That's
that box,
true. The thing about it is, if you have I have a commercial modem in my house, so I'm getting that.
You're getting that 2 gig.
I'm getting that 1 gig up and 1 gig down, because it's not just having the 2 gig. You have to make sure that your transmission level is free flowing, and that's where a lot of the bottleneck is.
Hey, I put some
transmission fluid. That's what I'm about to say. See, that's no problem. I put some radiator fluid in
my
I need to cut it out, man.
That's the part I went wrong at.
Yeah.
And I think I just got an A, B, C, D, F, G, and that's just a dictionary compared to all
but I had back in the day we didn't have these options for ATMs. We had T1 lines. So
if you got a T1 line, that's commercial. You know, in residential, you don't find many people.
No. I'm talking about back in the day. A lot of financial institutions did use T1s, because back in the day when when regulation popped off and everybody could own one, all everybody had was a phone line, a pot line. That's it.
Right, POTS, plain old telephone system.
Yeah.
Hey, Michelle, I'm having a good time listening to you guys, because at this moment, I finally found out that Maurice didn't know what the hell he was talking about, and you give it.
You need to cut it out, Negro.
I'm joking, Maurice. But
let me add something, because Michelle has a wealth of knowledge. Her sister is a historian. And so when you talk about history and African Americans and things of such, she can lay it to you.
Okay, but Gina, you kind of deceived me because you said in your post that she was an author.
She is. But author with some more brains.
I couldn't put everything in there. I could not put everything in there.
Couldn't fit it all in one.
It's just much of what she does, okay?
I didn't want to send a resume.
Right, she need her own show.
She need her own
show. Her own day. She need her own day. Like we go. This gonna be Michelle, the IT lady. Plus, we're gonna have like 12 lines of stuff.
Exactly. And
Michelle, not gonna just tell it all.
And Greg, I'm telling you, that's the reason why I was asking for class. I don't know everything, and when I was talking to her, as soon as I threw a couple of terms out there, she knew exactly what I was talking about.
Hey, Ilsa said to make it
aluminum foil.
Right, she had aluminum foil antenna.
That aluminum foil worked.
It did.
Commodore computer. Did I say some good stuff?
Ooh, 8086 and 8088.
Listen to y'all. Ooh.
Now you're talking about the TRS 80. It's called Trash 80s.
I can't say anything on TV. That's all I can say.
Trash 80.
Well, look, Michelle. I'm actually looking for you on. You got a Facebook page?
But of course,
I'm looking. It's not under Michelle, the computer lady.
It's the Mommy Readers collection, and then it's under Michelle Cox.
Okay.
Mommy's Reading Collection.
The Mommy Readers collection. On Facebook, and Michelle Cox on Facebook.
Okay.
Right.
I'm also on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Clubhouse. I'm on Fanbase. I'm on Pinterest.
Greg, you are going to be very impressed with me. I met her on Clubhouse. Well, actually, she signed up for Distinguished Authors Guild, and she invited me to Clubhouse, a couple of sessions in Clubhouse, and it was awesome. Just complete authors in the room. And she really promoted Distinguished Authors Guild, and we had a lot of people sign up from Clubhouse.
And see, that's the thing with Clubhouse. You got these hit and miss groups, all right? And if you got a group that's truly, truly, truly into what they are, the craft, whatever craft they're talking about, it's a beautiful networking situation. All right. But there's some that which is why I don't do Clubhouse that much anymore. They pretend like they're very good, and they have some people on there that may know some things, but then they pop off because the mess starts getting talked about. Okay. But Michelle, honestly, before we go on with you, I just want to invite you to come back one day, as Ujimar said. And all we're going to talk about is IT and
we're gonna talk about you.
And I'm just gonna sit back, and then I'm gonna do one of these numbers like this.
Right.
You got the whole page to yourself.
That's it. That's it.
Michelle Cox.
You just got to make sure I'm on that too.
COX.
I want to learn some more stuff.
COX.
Okay, I'm looking and I'm not finding her still.
Hang
Me
on one
neither.
second. I can make this really easy.
Look under the Mommy Readers Collection. Okay.
No, hang on one second. See,
Okay.
that's the cool thing about having a chat.
Mhm.
We can make it do what it do.
Okay. Make it do what it do.
I'm gonna
Okay,
shut
let's
up.
do it.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna shut up. Go ahead.
Oh, you gonna put it in? You gonna put it in the comments?
Of course.
Okay.
Did you think she wasn't?
Hey, what's going on?
Then I'll just put it. I'll put it out here, and I'll put it.
Got people behind you.
So as we, niece, Karma. So I want to ask you also what. I lost my thought. The first
what?
What? Silence is golden? Oh my God.
Hey, silence on television and on this stuff is not golden.
Okay, which one is for Facebook?
The last one.
Okay. And put your Instagram down too.
All righty. That's
everybody these are on the private chat, so you guys, everybody can't see it. Y'all just tune into what's scrolling at the bottom right now. I'll put this up there in a little while. But Michelle, I wanted to ask you, and I'm trying to figure out what I was trying to ask you. How deep are because you got a lot of stuff, and I Gina likes stuff.
I don't think she lied.
Did he just throw me under the bus like that?
Maurice, I'm sitting up here trying to get some questions together about the writing, but damn the writing, man. I mean, it's like this is not what she did. This is not. She just said it, and she said it at the beginning. Gina, I'm really not an author. Okay.
When you have a published book, you're an author.
I'm God's little right hand is what she is, man.
Basically, that's not her forte.
Mm-hmm.
That's not her highest skill, but that is one of her skills.
Okay, so we today was we talked about it, so we still gonna talk about the other stuff. I'm sorry, man. Okay, because you are such an interesting person, and it's refreshing to have somebody who's so multi-talented on here, because not saying that everybody else isn't, okay, but right now the exuberance that you throwing out there, man, it's like it's reaching out through the screen, reaching up to the we almost got the Brady Bunch. As soon as Latanza come back on, we got the Brady Bunch up in this joint. So I might even play the music behind that, okay, and then let here's the story. But we gotta make sure that number one, everybody, we're talking to Michelle, the computer lady, the it lady. I'm going to keep calling you it, because she is it. She is the it.
IT, sir.
Hey, man, look.
Respect the game.
Okay, but I said the computer lady.
Respect the game. IT.
Computer lady.
Information technology, sir.
Michelle, is it okay? Is it okay to call you the it girl?
I don't mind being the it lady, because I haven't never been the it girl. Being it is popular.
Thank you.
Okay.
And we haven't even touched on her podcast.
Go ahead, Gina.
Oh,
talk about it. Gina, ask her.
I'm going to let her talk about it, because I was a guest on her podcast, and we talked until like 12:30 in the morning.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
it was such a deep conversation.
Oh, that's right.
Because we didn't know she had a podcast. So,
Gina,
there's another thing.
Michelle, we want to elaborate on like a couple things. Y'all gonna have to break this down. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't even get in a page right now. I'm trying to listen and everything. I'm just flabbergasted.
Uji, my hair has grown.
Wait. And Uji said flabbergasted. That's what got me.
Did you see it in the private chat? You saw it in the private chat? Go to the private chat.
I'm in the private chat, but I'm punching in her URL now.
But it's not a podcast. Actually, we're on Roku. We're the PIC TV network, and I'm the new manager of public relations. Wow. And so we're streaming media, and it's a network broadcast that goes all over the world. And so we have 60 channels on the Roku platform, and Roku has 51.3 million subscribers.
Wow. Yeah, I'm one.
Crystal Sims says she is the it lady. She's everything I need. Thank you. Crystal says me too. Okay.
They love you, Michelle.
Thank you.
not too
A
savvy,
lot of
so
other people say it.
when I go to Instagram, I put in the URL.
The
Oh,
Earl.
no, all you gotta do is copy that line in there and it should come right up.
Copy and paste.
Yeah, just copy and paste
Oh,
it on your phone.
I'm on my computer.
Yeah, just copy and paste on your computer.
Yeah.
You can copy and paste on your computer too.
Okay, so while we're copying and pasting, we're gonna try to get Latanza back up in here. Latanza,
Come on again.
I hope you got that iPhone.
Can you hear me better?
Oh yeah.
Oh
Okay.
yes, much better.
Okay,
Yeah,
group.
smoother.
Sorry about that. I had to go through a whole lot. Yeah, but again, I apologize. But I've had so much trouble with this book. And anything concerning it has got to be a good sign.
There you go. We're not gonna move so that you can continue. We all gonna stand still so that we can get the
Cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out.
So don't nobody put no negative vibes. Okay, we talking to Latanza and Michelle, the computer lady. But Latanza, we wanted to get to your backstory. Okay, and you were telling us about things that are happening towards getting to the point of writing this book. You can go ahead and talk about it.
Okay, and thank you, you guys. And then before, I need to say again, I apologize for all of my technical difficulties because somebody did express some dynamics about their own backstory. So I want to acknowledge that, especially being a cancer survivor myself. I want to empathize with the story that you were giving regarding your book. I want you to know that I were able to hear you, although you guys weren't able to hear me. And I certainly respect your story and your book as well as me presenting this. And again, I do apologize for all my technical difficulties. So let me get to like my backdrop. Like I said, my life had been something other than any church person or any upstanding citizen would say values much. And, as you grow older, you start putting things in perspective. My bout with cancer probably had me address my mortality, but I still wouldn't give up the ghost. Now, what that means is that my lifestyle had taken me through a downs where I stayed guarded. I thought about things a certain way, I moved a certain kind of way, and I really didn't have time for religion because religion was too kind, and the people and things I was surrounded by was not kind. So as my life calmed down, I began to go to church. I began studying God, and God began revealing Himself to me actually. Um, and it was just phenomenal. And then the coronavirus hit. So I had the opportunity to sit down and think about a few things. And, this is something that God felt like you need to tell this, but He prepared me through my experience with church. I'm telling you, how I'm going to explain God to you is that every step is ordered. You understand what I'm saying? And even in that experience, I didn't know why I was going through that, but it's led to this, and it's going to lead to a series of things that I hope will break a yoke.
Absolutely. Okay. And I know it's probably a very compelling story. So everything that you're talking about right now is in the book, Hell No?
Well, actually, no. That's why this is a trilogy. I haven't really set in stone what the next title might be. I'm working on it right now. But this only covers my life from birth to about 10 years old. Did hell no, because for anybody to have my type of life from 0 to 10, I feel like hell no. You know what I'm saying? That it's that provocative that I'm hoping that it makes the reader say, hell no, like not for me, not for my family.
Okay, so the title should resonate to a lot of people. That one phrase, something comes up against you, is it going to stop you? Hell no. Hell no. So you're how are you marketing your book?
Right.
Are we on delay?
Well, my audience is it's both, it's nonfiction, but it's both the religious category and the street category. And see, this is why, in explaining what's going on in my book, this is another reason that I've written a book, because nobody could imagine that God would speak to somebody like me. That
No, you saying somebody like you. I mean, what does that
he
mean?
has a purpose like me, or possibly use me or reveal to me his glory. You know what I'm saying? Like when you think of, when I say somebody like me, well, then my book is going to tell you who I was. You know what I'm saying?
So is it you say it is
I didn't hear you,
nonfiction?
Greg. I'm sorry.
No, I didn't say anything. She's on a delay. Go ahead, Gina.
Oh, nonfiction. Every word is true, and
We got a slight delay at times. I don't know what it is. Okay, so just talk about it. Let me ask you this question while we're on the side. Have you ever thought about making your book? And this goes for you as well, Michelle, about your life as well. Have you guys ever thought about turning that into film?
Well, if you ask me, for me, I hadn't thought about it because, I write for kids, but Latanza, I would love to see that as a movie. I thought it'd be probably fantastic because
Yes.
it's gritty, it's, real life, and it's going to speak to somebody's soul.
Helps people with destinies. Discover their destiny.
Go ahead, Gina.
A lot of people don't realize, and I speak to authors all the time, and I have to tell them that the story that they wrote, that they've written, it's not just for them. That story can help others. It can inspire others. It can motivate others. And sometimes they just think, okay, this is my life, and I want people to see my life and see what I went through, but they don't realize that it may help someone else that went through the similar journey.
Right, and I think that's what I can't speak for writers or people like you guys, but I think that's basically what you guys do. You take people out of reality and put them someplace else to make them think, to make them happy, to make them sad, to put them in different places. Okay, and I think that's fantastic because I'm not that type of a writer. I think Uchi writes like that as well.
Always.
Maurice does ATMs, but
I always thought writers were a gift. I mean, it's been so many times where I had a story and I started, 2 lines and that was it. I thought that was I always thought authors are. I mean, they're just a gift to do that and continue with their story.
It is a gift. So at times, I mean, how do you transition the pain that you've had? I mean, what's the process that you go through to transition? And I asked Michelle that earlier, the pain that you had into writing something and putting yourself out there like that. How do you do that?
She froze.
She's on mute.
Yeah, she froze.
Yeah, but she's frozen as well. Hey,
unmute.
You can hear us, but she unmute. Latanza, you on mute.
And while you're at it, turn your phone sideways too, so that we can get the full perspective. Okay. I think she's frozen again.
I think she's big time.
But yeah, Michelle, how would you, Michelle?
Throttle, right, Michelle?
Okay, well,
tech talk. How would you, Michelle? Latanza, you there?
Okay. She's turning herself sideways. There she goes.
There you go.
Yeah,
now we just need.
But I can't. Okay, good. So my mic is on mute. Can you?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
He also said God is able to use anyone to be a testimony for others.
So yeah, that was that was another thing that's probably interesting for me. It was very difficult for me to share.
Oh,
We want to hear your story. We really do. Well, we get you're freezing and
Look, we're having all kind of interferences.
right.
I
If I may
didn't
make
hear your
a question.
question.
okay, Michelle is IT, so she wants to make a suggestion. Go ahead.
Tell her to turn quiet hours on her phone. Turn it to do not disturb. Just
Can you
slide
hear
it
me?
down. Do not disturb, and that will stop all the pinging and the notifications from coming in, and that'll cut out some of that lag she's got going on.
You
Did
hear
you
So
hear
that might be a problem where I'm coming. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. I'm so sorry, guys. I've even
Michelle,
checked phones and I've logged into the Facebook and followed all the prompts. But
it could be the area.
Could,
Michelle,
yeah, it could be your area.
could she put it on airplane mode and that would probably help?
maybe
No,
No, not airplane. No,
maybe
no.
do not disturb. Not airplane.
Do not disturb keeps keeps your notifications from coming through and causing you to lose your speed.
Okay, I wouldn't know because I got a good phone. So
Yeah, you about to blank her out.
Not.
I'm on computer. Right? I don't do this on phone.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yep.
see, I mean, when we're streaming, I'm on my MacBook. Okay, so everything Apple is just great. So
no, it's a lot.
everything Apple is
I
just.
can't my microphone for her.
What's that, Latanza? We want to hear her story, okay? But Michelle, I was going to ask you, how would you go about telling her story on film?
Well, the first thing I would do is I would bring in a dream sequence. If it was me, I would start with a dream. You know, a dream of getting out, a dream of being somewhere different, or a dream that God gave her. That's where I would start. I would start in a dream sequence.
That's interesting. What you think about that, Uji?
That's real interesting. I like it. I like that. You know, Michelle, we're gonna have to holler for real.
Dude, no, I'm going to mute you out now.
I can't even find you.
This ain't yours, bro. You know, I might have to usurp my authority and go ahead and add something else.
That's all right, Gina, because I can't. I'm having problems finding you, Michelle. But please believe this is not the last you'll hear or see from me. All right, because we got to talk.
No,
Maurice want to talk about letters and alphabets.
Oh no, thank you.
I want to talk about some real type concrete meaty stuff.
When you say that, what do you mean?
So I might just have to come to Georgia, and you and me might have to do a film.
That's what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Hey, I'm closer than all of that. Y'all are so you have to bring the whole crew.
You ain't gonna do that.
Maurice, you got letters.
With you, Maurice.
You got letters, Maurice. Maurice, you got letters. We not talking.
I'm trying to get in a class while y'all playing. Shoot.
Oh, I want to do that too, but I hope I ain't gonna learn all the letters.
I always like to put those ABCs and 1, 2, 3s in my hat. So
you just putting the HEMs and the 076s. Anyway, look, Michelle,
man, you need to cut it out, man.
I know, Maurice, come on, man. Michelle, hey, inbox everybody.
I'm about to call her and try to set her up for another time.
Okay, don't call her now though. We still talking to Michelle. We got
even if he calls me, it wouldn't disturb me. I'm also on my.
I'm not about to call Michelle. I'm about to call Tanza and try to set her up for another time.
Okay, but Lord have mercy, Michelle. You know, look, Michelle said they can call me right now if they want to as well. Okay, because I have robotics on my side. I have so you can
I have 3 laptops. One goes down, I just go get another one.
I like her, but I don't like her. Okay,
that's the way IT people are too.
Yeah,
they have a backup for the backup for the backup.
I got redundant desktops. I got two towers sitting next to each other, but I do other things with them. But if one of these bite it, trust me, I got another back it up.
So let me ask you, Michelle. Let me ask you this, okay? Because now we on computers and stuff like that. So
Woo.
everything that I use, I have a iMac, okay.
Mhm.
I have a MacBook Air. I have 2 iPhones.
I feel bad for you, but that's okay.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
No.
Yes.
Here, let me explain something. There, whatever somebody wants to use, that's fine. I teach it all.
Mhm.
My thing is, don't get sold into packaging,
Right.
because you have to remember, no matter what you say or matter what it says on the outside, the same things are on the inside.
But see, here's what and I wanted to talk to you about this, okay? And Ilsa says she wants to get in the class too. I don't know if you want me to share your number or not.
Oh, you can share cellbotics.com. That's fine.
Yeah.
Everybody can go sign up online. Those classes are available. I teach 1 class a month, but my maximum is 6 students per class. So as soon as my classes fill up, and they fill up pretty quickly, you have to wait for the next month.
So you got free stuff on that website. I saw that, and I see that. I'm looking at the website right now. How to make $10,000 a month in cell phone and computer repair. That's something I've always actually wanted to get into coding and robotics. To tell you the truth.
Oh, you
That
do
was-
coding too?
What was that?
You do coding too?
I do not do coding.
No code.
I know how to do coding. I don't do coding because I don't like to sit in the building all day.
Okay.
I love being out.
Man, I'm like, if she says she don't do coding, I'm like, she don't.
Yeah.
I know how to run batch files and things of that nature. You do the coding that you need to do, but I don't care for coding. That was never what I wanted to do.
Well, in order for me to get in robotics, that was one of the things, because you're going to write code to make that finger twitch on whatever you built. So,
well, you also can write batch files and make PLUs. That's not something that's really difficult. And they have kids that are coding. I teach a little class to kids, and we talk about coding. I got a little 12-year. He's not even 12. He's 11, and he's making websites and he's coding. So,
wow.
So the reason I mentioned Michelle, the Apple, because see here's what for me, Apple is it's everything's compatible, everything, so I can be on the road and I can do the same thing that I can do at my desktop on the road with the same, you know.
I can do that on all my PCs, on my PC
damn.
base. I've been doing it for years. I was one of those people that had a Windows phone, and I had a full version of Office on my phone, and I could give presentations from my phone.
Well,
Something
yeah,
that you couldn't do with an Apple.
But see, as I do my film, so I want to, like, I have a Final Cut, and the iMovie is standard with Apple. So as I'm editing and something in this and that, I just wanted to make sure that if I edited it, if that's the word, at home on the iMac, I can transfer that directly back to my Mac or my phone and continue to do the same edits.
You can do that on you can do that on PCs,
on PCs too.
What you have to realize, it's not so much the PC. See, iOS has its own code, and it's proprietary. PC has its own hexadecimal code and how it relates to machine language. And so you don't have to have a Mac. That's not necessary. But the thing about it is, a lot of people in film love Apple.
Right.
Yeah. They love Apple because of the efficiency of the process. I think it's the hardware what people actually enjoy.
No. It's not the hardware at all. It is not.
It's not. You don't think that the Apples run more efficient than
it's not all software
processor?
They offer.
Not at all. I've got several workstations that will hit Mac in the head, and they can't even complete at all. Here, let me give you one. The Lenovo P53. It was designed for NASA. It has the Pantone color scale. It takes 64 gigs of RAM and runs on a Xeon processor. Mac can't touch it.
I got two of those in my freaking right now. I got 2 Xeon processors on my on a unit that I have sitting in the garage right now.
You know, my father had a processor one time.
Haha, very funny.
Right.
Look,
2 of them just sitting there, you know, and I've had them just sitting out there for like 4 years. I went and spent my money on this new 10, which I really hate it.
Look, Latanza says she's going to pray on it and come back on one more time. She say
Okay.
she's going to do a quick prayer, and she says she's going to come back. She says she's never had this problem. She says she do Zooms all the time and everything else, but for some reason, she said the devil was stopping her from getting on today.
Well, we're not going to let it stop her because she has an amazing story to tell.
Right.
She does.
I know that she's going to bless someone with it.
But I also told her if it doesn't work, we'll set her up for another show. You know
Of
what I'm
course.
saying? I'll be sure.
And maybe that's what we should do. Let's set it up because
we want to hear her full story.
Exactly. It's
right.
been so broken.
Give her one more chance. She want to get one more chance to come on, and if that don't work, then she's good for that. But she said she's gonna do a quick prayer because she says she knows she don't have these problems. She ain't never had she's live all the time. Real life, and I'm like, okay, cool.
Maybe I have a storm that's coming back through her area.
We don't really have these problems either, so. Everybody, see, the thing is, and we know it would be it's that person's problem, and I'm not saying it in a bad way because everybody else is good,
most definitely, and we all on computers though,
right?
I don't know, Maurice, you on a computer as well?
Oh yeah, yeah,
okay. Yeah, all them computers and alphabets he got, he better be.
So, all right, don't start no West Side stuff again. Everybody used to call me nerd in school, so it is what it is.
Yes, Maurice, and I was one of those.
He got three towers. He got 3 towers set up right now and then.
Towers.
The thing about it is the reason why I have that is because of the different businesses and monitoring. I monitor ATMs from my home, so I could tell you what's going on with the whole portfolio from my house. And the reason why I have 3 computers is just in case.
Oh, I was guessing.
It's 3.
Like you was in his room.
Right, I was just guessing you had three towers at the crib.
But that's as an IT person, that's what you need, especially when you're doing the kind of work he's doing.
Yeah.
So everybody, we're talking to Michelle, the computer lady. She is. I'm not even going to say an author, but she does that too. Okay, I think she's Jamaican, so she has many jobs. Okay,
right. I'm a lazy bum. I only have one job.
We're also talking with Latanza Johnson, who has a book, Hell No, which we're trying to get that backstory.
I wish she'd get back on. I would really like to listen to everything she's got to say. Everything,
because hey, Uji, you, me, and Michelle, we're gonna do this movie. We did.
Hey, I would actually do her movie before I do mine.
Man,
straight up, because I know her.
Right, so we're gonna try this again. She's sitting back waiting. I think the reason that everything was happening because she had that woolly mask on. Okay. So we're gonna.
Well, she might not be in a safe space.
Right.
We're gonna see. So everybody again.
She might have to do that.
Let's give her our love. Let's give her our vibes. Let's give her the good emotion.
Oh,
the power to the people.
Come on, Tanza. Okay? Come on.
This is Tanza. Let's go. Oh, damn.
Give her a minute.
Give her a minute. Let it get settled in. Let it marinate.
Okay, look, I love you guys. You guys,
that's our core moment of the day.
I'm not listening to Biden or Fauci. No, really, this is about something else, right? But anyway, look, you guys are funny. I love your energy. I am so not kidding. I love your energy. But listen, thank you. Thank you. So look, I had to go into prayer just to log on.
But this is what we're going to do because you're still on a delay. All right. So what we want to do, we want to hear your entire story. We want to give you a whole show, and so.
Is she on the StreamYard or is she on the Facebook?
I don't know, but I'm gonna freeze until we catch up. Hold on. All right, so we want to give you a whole. Well, I don't know, Maurice. Hold on.
I'm on a Facebook
because she need to. You need. That's the reason why she getting a delay.
Well, can't she go into her her just Chrome and punch in the URL?
Oh no, just go to the.
I don't know. I don't know. Would you ask yourself? Hold on.
I believe that's what I'm on.
Stay in the StreamYard room and mute the Facebook room. As a matter of fact, close it.
Michelle, work this out for us, okay?
But you already told her she's going to have to come out of the Facebook because what she's doing is causing crosstalk and feedback in the back end.
Right. And she's using up bandwidth because she's got both of them on.
Okay, she's gonna hear that in 2 minutes. Oh, she said,
You're using your
y'all
bandwidth.
too much.
You're using your
She
bandwidth
left.
too much.
She left. Uji, reschedule her, okay?
Yeah.
Most definitely reschedule her. Hey, hey, Latanza, we love you. We want to hear this story. We need everybody.
She's study watching, so
we got to hear this story because the thing about it is she's going to bless somebody's life. So
Absolutely.
When she comes back on, I'm going to be in the audience taking notes.
Thank you. And Michelle, you come back anytime you want, okay? We're not done yet, but you come back anytime you want because we need to. People need. This is a whole different dynamic. We haven't talked about stuff like this at all before. I thought we was going to talk about the authors, okay? And I was going to let Gina handle. That was her arena, okay? But this something else. It's turning to Maurice's.
Well, with Gina and
forget Gina. Let's go.
No, we can't leave out Gina. When I met Gina and she told me about the Distinguished Authors Guild. I had to get her on.
Maurice, move that circle to the left, man.
Yeah. So I had to get her on our show to make sure that she could come on and tell everybody. So I started going to my clubhouse rooms that I knew all the authors and writers and started introducing her automatically because she's doing something amazing. Yeah. And the fact that they're giving scholarships to high school, to freshman students in college, I was like, oh no, got to bring her on. And then I talked to Dr. Evans. It's like, we've got to get her on, one night. And then she's also going to do a spotlight because it's important that we support each other.
Right.
If we haven't learned anything else in this pandemic, we should leave this life empty. We should be blessing people. We should be pouring out to people, and we should be helping each other. And so when I saw Gina, I was like, and she's like, we were just typing back and forth, like, oh, no, you got to come on, da-da-da-da. And so it was that like she was a sister that we were never strangers. And so she's blessing people's lives, and I just wanted to make sure that I could uplift her.
And you are actually uplifting us all. Uji, Maurice, Gina, she just said something that I think, man, needs to be on the shirt. Leave this life empty.
Empty. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right there. Okay. And what she means, everybody, is that pour it all out. Pour it all out. Give everything that you have that's good to everybody else. And when it's time for you to leave this earth, you've done your job.
Yeah.
You're filled.
And like I always say, pass it on.
Yes.
Pass it on. You ain't got to pay me about nothing. Just pass it on.
Exactly.
Let the next one know what's going on.
Michelle, do you ever get sad?
Yes, I do. But I don't wallow in it. Of course, there are times when I never think about why things happen to me. Sometimes I just get sad because it's just one of those days when I feel heavy and my spirit's heavy, and I don't feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be, or I'm having a bad body day. I look in the mirror and I look at these scars and I'm like, is this really my life? And then then you have to get on my knees and go, God, you keep bringing me here. You keep lifting me up. I was in a wheelchair last year.
Oh wow!
I broke my hip.
Wow.
And so I was in the hospital January 1st, 2020. I was in the hospital with a broken hip. That's ridiculous, right?
Do y'all see this lady?
I was already on
the hospital, grinning and laughing about it. Okay,
I was on lockdown for COVID already. I was already in the hospital when COVID came. So I was on lockdown. And being in the wheelchair gives you a whole different perspective on things. Because they only had 7 days to perform the surgery. So While everybody's crying about being in COVID, I was already on lockdown. I couldn't go anywhere. COVID just made it worse.
Wow.
So they had to come to the hospital and not from the hospital. They had to come to my home to give me physical therapy.
Wow.
I could not go anywhere.
Movie too. You got a movie too.
Right.
Stars are a reminder of what God has brought you through. I think that is so true.
Exactly.
Thank you, Ilse, for that.
But that's why I keep telling you, you get sad, but you can't wallow in it. There are times when you need to. I had a good cry today. I had to have it. But the thing about it is, it's not if you're crying, it's how you're getting to the next level. Because you always have a struggle before you get to your breakthrough.
That's right. And that's when the enemy is worst.
Wow.
For that breakthrough.
And she's a motivational speaker also.
You can tell that. You didn't even have to say that. You didn't even have to say that. We don't know about that because we already know you're doing the whole motivational speech right now the whole time you've been on here. I'm super motivated. I'm telling you, hey, I'm gonna be down there. I'm gonna be down there probably 16 days. 8 of them days, I'm taking that class, and the other 8, we talking.
Well, here's the deal. When God gives you something, it doesn't matter what you try to do or how you try to suppress it. When God shows up, everybody knows it's God. It's not you. And so when people ask me these things, it's not me. It's really God. And that's why you see the light. It's not me. It's not my light shining. That's God's light shining.
Right.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. And this is a broad question. You might be able to answer. You may not be able to answer. What do you feel is your purpose here?
Oh, I've known my purpose since I was little. I was brought to this earth to be a good Samaritan and to serve. That's been my purpose since I was a little kid. I remember my teacher asking me if I wanted to be an ambassador for our school to help show the new students around. And I told her I didn't want to be anything with the word ASS in it. And she says, well, what do you want to be? I said, I want to be a philanthropist. That's my goal in life. And so I do philanthropic work even today. And that's what this book is about, and getting books and making sure.
You're writing again. Okay.
Look, y'all, I didn't came to my time. I got to get back to my work and everything. But it was lovely talking to y'all. And I told
Uji.
I told Latanza to get a hold of y'all through the social media, whatever. Ask her little questions if she can, whatever it is. And we will be back. And I love y'all. And I'm gonna power to the people again.
Power to the
love
people.
You.
Love y'all. Love and hair grease.
Always put your hand up.
My hand is up.
Okay.
You know I love you, though.
Because you are a vessel for
there
God.
Ain't nothing you can do about it.
You are such an inspiring person, okay? And we are so blessed to have you on here with us today. We are learning so much outside of the literary world. We're learning so much about not just you, but about people in general, about life in general. You are such an amazing and inspiring person. And man, Gina, thank you for bringing her to us. Number one.
I'm returning the favor. But one thing that Michelle said, and this is something that most people don't realize at a young age, is your purpose in life. I didn't realize, and I struggled with what my purpose was for years. And every time I went to church, I kept getting the same message. Every church that I went to, the preacher preached the same sermon. And I kept asking God, why am I hearing the same sermon over and over again? And it wasn't until I wrote my books that I did realize my purpose. And I was like Michelle, I never had the ambition to be an author. It was not something that I grew up or even thought, I'm going to be an author, I'm going to write a book. I never, ever had that image in my mind, ever. And so when I started writing, it was God that led me, because I didn't know anything about writing, being in nothing about the literary world, the literacy world. And so he guided me because I was clueless, and he brought the right people in my path for me to get the job done. And so when she talked about at a young age, she knew what her purpose was. I never knew that at a young age. I knew there was something because there was always something empty there. I just didn't know what it was until I got much, much older.
Yeah, God works in mysterious ways. He guides us in mysterious ways, but the thing that we have to not do is question it. It would be easy for Michelle to say, you know what, why me? And I don't know if you've ever had those moments where you said, why me? But you don't. I mean, it's like,
It's why not me.
mm,
Here's the deal. I'm no saint.
yes, you are.
I'm a sinner, big time. I have friends in low places, like Garth Brooks says. But the thing about it is, I've worked in chemical plants. I was a welder by trade. I've done some of everything, chasing dollars when I got to the realization that with God, there's no lack.
Mm,
See, I had to get there. And so while I was chasing those dollars and doing all this kind of dangerous work to get there, when I started turning it over to God, my life got better. So when we talk about the cancer, why not me? I put myself in situations, in environmental situations where that could happen to me.
wow.
So it's not why not me. It's why, when would it happen to me? And the other thing is, think about it. I grew up in the South. I grew up in Jim Crow. But I also grew up in a time where when we had industry, you're breathing in even more polluted air than we breathe in now.
Right.
We
Right.
don't know how many GMOs that we've eaten in our lifetimes because we're not sourcing our food. So there's no way for me to say, oh God, why me? It's why not me? And the thing about it is, if it hadn't been for the cancer, I would have never written the books.
Wow. Wow. And see, some people might have said something different. If I wouldn't, I'd be writing the books, but cancer stopped me. That's just an amazing story that you have. Ilsa says that's good stuff, Gina. We all should live a purpose-driven life. Our job is to find out what that purpose is, and I think that's a true statement as well. I mean, we can go, and a lot of people worry. And Michelle, you can correct me on this, Gina, Maurice. A lot of people go through life worrying about what's gonna happen tomorrow, or why did this happen yesterday? When you do that, you ruin what you could be doing today, making some strides today, because yesterday's gone. Tomorrow is not here yet. What are you doing today to live your best life? You know what I mean?
Living in those now moments.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, here's the deal. So I'm in the wheelchair in COVID, right? Guess what happens?
What's that?
I write 5 more books.
And you're not an author. Go ahead.
I wish you was there so I could give you a high five and a heavy handshake.
So
big old hug.
I pen, but you got to remember, I'm writing for children. It's a lot different than what Gina does. I write for children, and what I do in writing STEM for children, I'm writing STEM from things that I know and things that I do research, and then I'm breaking it down in kid speak. So I'm writing from my 7 and 8-year-old self. And so it's all fun for me. It's not a chore. When I go and I might find one word and write a whole story around one word.
That's awesome.
That is, man. I mean, I find one word and I stumble over it.
Well,
Don't
I
feel
love
bad,
words
my brother.
too.
You have to be a wordsmith for something like that,
Wordsmith, I wouldn't call myself that.
It is such an amazing. Go ahead, Michelle.
I'm still learning this whole writing craft. But my thing is, when we think about children need to learn on high levels, and a lot of times we think that they're dumb, or we think that because they're children, they really can't learn complex subjects, but they can.
They can.
Yes,
they're already there. That's a big mistake. That is a big mistake that people, cut kids short because they don't think they're catching up. I've always thought it was the way you learned, and everybody has a way of learning things. fortunately for us, we've been actually lucky. We have, that the teachers that we have up there recognize that. Some of the teachers recognize that and can reach out to a swath of kids and bring them in. But for the most part, you know, I always thought that some of the public, especially the public offerings, have missed opportunities with kids that just had a whole lot of talent, and they left them on the vine because they weren't learning. Then later on, you take somebody like a Michael Dell or a Jobs or a oh man, I'm sorry,
Gates.
Gates. Yeah, I'm hearing fireworks popping off out here. These people are popping fireworks already. And you find these people, and they weren't, they weren't necessarily the geniuses that they celebrate. They were people that learned differently. They had those strings in them that they were probably weren't brought out until later on, and when they got in college, or somebody or a mentor or something brought it out in them. And it's usually a mentor or another teacher that recognized that they weren't stupid, and say, you ain't stupid. You just learned this way. You learned differently. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
well, let's talk about learning. And when we talk about aspect, and thank you so much for bringing that up, Maurice. Let's talk about the fact that when we talk about learning in children, especially, is that they are tactile learners. They learn from touching and feeling.
Yep.
Now, the other thing is, let's talk about learning in the home. See, I was already reading before the age of 3.
Mm-hmm.
My mother I had the fortune that my mother was a stay-at-home mother. My dad was in the Navy 27 years. So
I was in the Air Force, son. Yeah.
Right. I was with mommy, and I was reading the back of cereal boxes, or she would take me to the store, and she's like, well, baby, you go look at this, you go get it. And so I was recognizing shapes and colors. Wow. We're getting away from spatial learning, because that's one of the things that when I have people come to my class, that big feeling of how parts go together. But my dad was a maintenance man, so everything daddy did, I did. If daddy was cleaning the oven, I was cleaning the oven. If daddy was fixing the TV, I was fixing the TV.
It's like my wife.
If daddy was rewiring the heater, I was rewiring the heater.
Exactly.
But I was learning at all phases.
Mm-hmm. My dad always told me something that really stuck with me, and it helped me through my whole career and to the things that I'm doing right now. He said, son, if you can take it apart, you can put it back together. I don't know what about that statement stuck with me, because I would take things apart and I would watch how I take them apart and put it back together. It wouldn't take me nothing to put it back together. And that made so much more difference in the way I did things later on. And, that's everything from, loading software to, taking things, computers apart and building computers. That was a big thing for me back in the early 2000s, because you can still buy parts. Now it don't make no sense unless you build a monster.
My dad would always say, if you take it apart, boy, you better put it back together. So there wasn't you can put it back together. You ain't have no choice. He's staying right over you with that belt and be like,
my dad was the one that bought me those. He bought me those Radio Shack kits with 150 with 150 projects in them, and I'd combine the projects, everything from solar to LEDs, and I could sit there for 4, 5, or 6 hours. Well, my siblings, on the other hand, they was running around trying to take the stuff that I built and put it to use. So dad bought me that kind of stuff. So
I'm gonna tell you, I have an associate's in electronics, bachelor's in business, a welding certificate. I know how to do oxyacetylene welding, cutting, MIG and TIG, all of that. Okay.
I was the first certified female welder to come out of the Job Corps program.
Is that right?
That is correct.
And I want to touch on real quick. Ilsa brought up Matthew 6:34 as we were speaking. We were talking about, and the reason she brought it up, we were talking about worrying about tomorrow. Okay, in Matthew 6:34, it talks about that. It says, "Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own." So, again, we got to think, just like Michelle saying, we think about today and what today brings and how we can make the most out of today. Everybody say what's up to youngster Nye.
Nye.
Nyla.
Hi.
We have been talking today with fantastic individual, Michelle, the computer lady, and another fantastic individual who we're going to have back on at another time, Latanza Johnson, who has a book called Hell No. She has another book too. Gina, she needs to be on the Distinguished Authors Guild. Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
And I think
those individuals right there. She's one of those individuals that, you know, they tried to, but they couldn't hold her back. She's one of those.
who you talking about, Nye?
Nah, yeah.
Oh, Nye is not. Look, Nye ain't going no place. Okay, Nye
Ain't
is
no joke.
fantastic. Again, her and I are working on a project, Gina, and it is flourishing right now. We're working on a project.
Yay.
Yes.
Keep them on track, Nyla.
I gotta
Yes.
give him his props. He be keeping me on track too.
Good.
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. That's my little sister right there. As we're talking now, just so I can, you know, put you up to speed. Gina invited her friend, her very dear friend, the author, Michelle. Come to find out that Michelle does about 30 other things, and she does them all very well. Okay, and we barely talked about the books because she started mentioning something else. Her first comment was, "I'm really not an author per se." Okay, so you know, I'm just saying. So now she does IT. She is the it lady, the IT lady. All right. She has a see Maurice. I did them both. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
She has a book. All right. Hold on. I'm supposed to have this ready when I do this. She has
writing stuff down, man.
Mommy, what is an entrepreneur? I know, dude. I know. And it's a fantastic book. And is this geared towards kids for entrepreneurship, correct?
Correct. Ages 4 through 10, and it teaches the word entrepreneur. They look it up.
Wow.
What entrepreneurs are and entrepreneurs that are in our lives today, and then what mommy and daddy do as entrepreneurs to take care of the little girl and how she's an entrepreneur as well.
Mm-hmm. And she also has the Mommy Readers Collection. You can look it up. You can Google it. I think, you know, once to legitimize everything. Okay, just Google her. How about that? If you get on the internet and you Google someone, or they tell you to Google me and they're not there, I'm just saying. All right. I think everybody here can be Googled. All right.
Well, you Google me, you're gonna come up with a Grenada dictator. Maurice Bishop is a dictator from Grenada. Well, that's one of the searches anyway.
Is that why we never see your face?
Well, no, Greg. I'm gonna tell you, he's dead now, but the residual effect is me getting pulled over at every airport. Every time I go try to fly, they pulling me over. I said, the dude is gone. He's dead. Well, see, he's still on the list.
See, you getting pulled over just like the barges do at the airport because they think
He is horrible.
You ain't black, but I am. Look at your hair. Come on, man. They do though. Remember the barges got pulled over every time. It was just like, God, dog again.
The thing about it is I don't look nothing like this dude. Nothing. Not even close.
Well, Maurice, actually, I know how you look, but they don't know how you look anyway. So
all I'm saying is if you look at what they're supposed to be looking for, you know, they got the picture of the guy, you know, next to the daggone name. They ought to look at me and say, no, that's not him. And not to mention the deceased part is what gets me. The dude is dead. He's been dead since 1983.
They may not be convinced.
I guess
Tupac is dead too, but you know.
No,
83.
Look,
83.
Did you all see that picture of Tupac? I wish I could put it up. Tupac is alive, and he was.
All right, Elvis. All right.
No, Elvis croaked a long time ago. He croaked.
See, that's what your mouth say. That's what your mouth say.
He croaked. They had a picture of him. He had the wrinkles on his face. He was old. All right. And he was talking about. He said, "I ain't mad at nobody." Okay, referencing his song. Let me stop.
You're a mess.
I'm done with that. Okay? Here, who's in this comment? Earl Davis got Tupac at Area 57. See, I told y'all he knows. I told y'all. He knows exactly.
Elvis must be there with him too.
He there with Maurice Bishop, and they plotting on the world, right?
Him, Maurice Bishop, and James Brown. Okay, they all three together. Okay, and James, they still don't understand what James said. Okay, he's still trying to talk his way out of the Area 57. I know. Wow, I gotta get out. And they said, James, you said what? You said what? Okay. You know, they had Michelle. They had Michelle, and you know when we do our conversations, we go way off sometimes.
Look, I'm having a ball. It's probably one of the most fun interviews I've had in a long time. This is amazing. So
we get back. We want you to say whatever you got to say, but I'm telling y'all, they had James, and I just want to talk about James Brown for a second, okay? Fantastic entertainer. This man could dance out of everybody's shoes, okay? But when he died, they kept him in the closet for like 3 months. Why? They kept him for 3. Come on, Maurice.
What?
For 3 months, they had him in the closet, fighting over his estate.
He wasn't in the closet.
For 3 months. He was
in the living room.
Okay, well, okay.
Like that makes it any better. So that's even want you to be exact. No, he wasn't in the closet. He was in
the living room.
That was just in case they need to ask him a question.
He was out in the open. Don't make it seem like he was a prisoner. He was just out in the open.
Get a grunt or something out of him.
They done propped him up.
Lord have mercy.
Like Bernie's at weekend at Bernie's.
You know that. Exactly. Hey, Michelle, part of the family.
No, Dallas going like weekend at what?
Gosh.
That's
we done made they'll start cutting on people now. Okay,
look it up on the internet. Weekend at Bernie's. Oh, God.
But see, they wanted to fight over his money, but Aretha was smarter than he was.
Oh yeah.
He said, "I'm doing everything in cash."
Aretha, yes, she didn't put any money in the bank. She had everything was in cash.
She didn't like to fly.
So
pour it out.
The government was not going to get her coins.
Nope.
They was not. They was.
Sammy Davis when he died. Sammy Davis
he broke
because the IRS took him and Red Fox sitting up there like this.
Aretha was like, "I'm gonna go in peace. I'm the queen of soul, and we're gonna leave it that way. I ain't got no money for you."
I'm just saying, I mean, you know, look, when I leave, I'm gonna do what Michelle said. I'm gonna pour it all out. I'm gonna give it all out. I'm gonna give y'all all of the information that I got, and my son gonna take all of the money, and y'all could just throw me in the front yard with all of the furniture and all the stuff, waiting on the garbage man to come, and just put me in. You know, just take me. I don't want no funeral or nothing like that. Just throw me out in the front. Make sure it's
take me to the Gulf of Mexico and dump me in.
This is what I'm gonna do, Michelle. If I die, I hope I die towards winter. So you know how they be saving parking spaces? Put me in one of them chairs.
Bye.
Oh,
you gotta be a meme like Bernie Sanders.
Right.
I can imagine Greg with a scarf around his head and one of those hats with the ball on top of it.
Bernie.
No. See, he's talking about in Jersey. What they used to do is they would put chairs in their parking space.
Yeah, they do it in Chicago too. In Chicago.
Tape my eyes open. Don't sew my clothes. Tape them open. I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be all up in there with that, man.
See, that broke the other finger. You only have one finger up.
Yeah.
The other finger froze and fell off.
Oh Lord.
And then put a small yellow bus in my other hand.
Oh no! Why is that? What's up with that? Get out of here, man!
You are a fool.
Oh my goodness!
Okay, let's go back to Michelle, please. Got Tupac in our area 57. Get out of here, dude. That's what started everything. Come on, Earl. Appreciate you. That. So Michelle, I mean, as you've gone through your journey and as you transform yourself into several different things, okay, how accomplished do you feel doing everything and being good at everything? How accomplished do you feel? Or
Well,
do you feel accomplished?
here's the deal. I don't do everything. I do a lot of things, but
Would
not
you like me? Would you
everything.
like me to rewind this whole show?
Well, there's a couple of things that I haven't done.
Oh, okay, too.
Number one, I want to fly a helicopter.
Okay.
And I want to fly a plane. I
And
haven't done that.
You're gonna do
I
that.
know how to, but I haven't done it. So that's on my bucket list.
Wow.
And as far as my bucket list is concerned, I also want to go to Champagne, France, because that's the only place that you can get real champagne. Everything we get, if it's not from Champagne, France, it's just sparkling wine.
Ah,
I didn't know that till right now.
the Ripple. That's all you're getting. Y'all getting Ripple.
With
I
the
didn't
S.
say that. Ripple is not in the
That's the truth.
champagne. It's not even in the sparkling wine family. It's just in
Right.
the wine family.
I don't drink, so I think Ripple. You know, Fred Sanford said Ripple. That's all I know. So that's my drink of the day. Okay, let me ask you this too, though. So, as you went through this cancer, and you just mentioned a bucket list, all right, not knowing. Well, did you know the outcome or how the outcome was going to be as far as the treatments and everything go? And if you didn't know the outcome, how progressive was your bucket list?
Well, I had 22 items on my bucket list, but let me give you some information in the spirit of being totally transparent.
Mm-hmm.
I had never thought about taking chemo. I wasn't going to take chemo.
Wow.
I had a grade 2, stage 2 infiltrating ductal carcinoma in the right breast. But I had done all my research. So when the pathology came back from the lab, the test actually said that it was inconclusive. But they wanted to give me chemo without knowing exactly what type of cancer I had.
Dude, that's
But I had never decided to take the chemo anyway. And the doctor said, well, without chemo, I'll give you 5 years. I said, I'll take those 5 years and whatever God gives me.
Mm-hmm.
And so
that part.
Because all they do is throw chemo at it and a prayer. And it's more prayer than chemo. And so it came back that I had this, it's only estrogen receptive cancer. So if you look up the studies, and I was looking through all the studies through the NIH and all CDC and everybody that was doing a study, chemo does nothing for estrogen receptive cancers.
Really?
Zero.
But they were ready to give it to you.
Well, I found that out, and then I took it to my oncologist and to my internist, because they were, and even the surgeon, they were all mad at me because I wasn't going to take the chemo. And I'm like, then I show them the paperwork, because they had been doing a study over the last 7 years, the effects of chemo on estrogen receptive cancers, and there's no benefit. And so they had to go back, and 70% of the women that they had given chemo, it had done nothing but give them chemo.
Right.
It had no benefit.
Making them sicker.
Exactly. It had no benefit for treating cancer whatsoever.
Wow.
But that's why people have to advocate for themselves. My mother was a nurse, and that was one of the things that she taught me. You have to advocate for yourself. You and your doctor work together as a team.
Basically doing your own due diligence.
Yes.
You have to. And so, but because she's like 5 years, I was in a hurry to do everything. That's why I self-published my books. I made my own publishing house. I was aggressive, and sometimes I think it drove some people away as far as wanting to help me, because I was like, no, I got to get on this, because if she says 5 years, whatever God gives me, but if she's right and I'm wrong, or whatever happens, I'm like, I want to make sure I've done everything that I'm supposed to do. I want to make sure that I take these 5 years and get it right. If I've got 5 years, I'm going to live these 5 years.
There you go.
All
so how far are you into the 5 years?
I'm 5 years.
See? God.
I'm 5 years.
Wow.
I take the rest of my scans at the end of the month. I am 5 years.
See? See? Now we want to be able to go back. Give me that doctor's name because we want to be able to go back to him and say,
Because one thing you don't do, you don't burn your
No.
bridges.
but you're not burning your bridges.
Still my oncologist.
It's me.
But
I don't
the
know.
thing
I
about
don't
it
know
is,
that.
the other part of it is her mother had cancer. And so anytime you're working with someone that has an agenda of, I want to cure all the people that have cancer, sometimes they're so in it that they forget to look at the person.
Right.
And you're just the patient.
They used to say, take a shotgun and it's where it needs to be a rifle, something more accurate.
Absolutely. And the Oncotype DX test, that the other thing was, we didn't even know if the insurance company was going to pay for the test because the test then was like $8,000 or $9,000. But I'm sure they're glad that they paid for the test instead of $70,000 for the chemo that I didn't need.
Right. Right. Well, look, you are an inspiration. You're a blessing to everybody who hears your voice. And we're so very happy to have you on here. And believe me when I say we don't have a problem with you popping on. You could pop on at 8:58 if you want to. Greg, I want to say something. I'm going to give it to you. It's all good.
Well, it's been my pleasure. You guys are a lot of fun.
It's Gina. It's just Gina. We the rest of us, we follow Gina's lead.
Yeah.
Don't put that on me. Don't put that on me.
That's exactly what happened.
You got somebody that's amazing in your corner when you've got Gina.
Oh,
we already know that.
All
You
day
appreciate
long.
that.
and as I said at the beginning of the show, you know.
Don't be coming from my girl Gina now.
There we go. Nyla woke up.
But again, I'll give you this. God is in control all the time. If we're constantly looking to God for what we need, we don't have any lack. If we're constantly trusting in God, because when I went in that operating room, I asked God to be with me. And I woke up. Now, does that mean we don't have any challenges? Yeah, right. Of course you have challenges. But the thing about it is your challenges serve a purpose. And a lot of times what you get from your challenges is that blessing that you give to the world. I wouldn't have been writing books had I not had cancer. I would not have been able to bless somebody or somebody here that they can advocate for themselves if I hadn't had cancer. One of the disciples said, if it wasn't for my affliction, I wouldn't know God the way I know God, and I wouldn't be able to serve the way I serve had it been not for my affliction.
That is so true.
So,
absolutely, we appreciate those words. Maurice, is there anything last words you want to say?
No, actually, I've enjoyed Michelle, and
thank you, Mr. Bishop. Where are you from?
He's from Gary, but he lives in Nashville, Tennessee.
No, I know some bishops, but they're from Mississippi. So
no,
I know
family's
some
actually
bishops too, and they've been taken out of the pulpit now because of charges being pending. So,
hold on, Greg.
Nah, you got any final words?
Well, my people actually, my great-grandfather and mother actually owns land here in Shelbyville, Tennessee. My mother and father met here in Tennessee. Then my great-grandparents, they moved to Indiana, to Indianapolis in particularly. And I was conceived in, that's why I was born at in Indianapolis. And my dad and mama moved up north when dad got transferred in the plant. He used to work for Ford. And he actually worked at the Ford plant on Torrance Avenue in Chicago for 33 years.
Wow.
My mother worked in the mills for 25. She was a millwright.
Wow.
So she worked at Inland.
You had money, didn't
That's what everybody thought, but that wasn't the case. It is what it is. You got to take care of what you got to take care of.
you? You didn't have money. They had
No,
money.
they was able to take care of us. Let's put it like that.
Well, we're glad you got through all whatever happened in your life as well to come here with us and hang out with us every week, bro. So we appreciate you. Nada, you got anything you want to say?
Yeah. So Michelle, I'm sorry, I wasn't on here the entire time. So fortunately, I didn't get to hear your entire story. So I apologize about that. Just had a lot of running around today, but from what I have heard and getting to know you in this short, brief time, I really admire and can appreciate the things that you've been through, all of the adversity that you've been able to overcome, and how strong that you have been, not just as a human being, but as a woman and as a Black woman at that. So I really appreciate and can admire your strength and your knowledge. I don't know anything about IT, but if I need some help, I know who to call.
Well, you
All
can
right.
always come and take my class as well. I'm the one at sellbotics.com. I teach workstations, desktop, laptops, server, smart hands, and printer maintenance. So you can come and take our class and learn how to do these things and build your own generational wealth. I'm about creating millionaires and making sure that we have that wealth creation among our young people. So I'd be glad to have you in my class.
Well, I appreciate that the invitation. And if you ever need any type of financial consultation, I run a financial planning practice. So feel free to reach out to me at any time.
Yeah.
A young
That's our baby girl. That's our baby girl.
Gina,
Awesome. I have a few stocks in my portfolio. I'm doing pretty good. I don't have any complaints.
Gina, last words.
Oh, I just want to thank Michelle for coming on. She has a wealth of knowledge. God sent her my way for a reason. He really did. Sister got me up at 6:30 to come to Clubhouse, and I don't get up that early. I go to bed very, very late, 2, 3 in the morning. So to get up at 6, but I was there because she's such an inspiration and motivation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just blessed to have her in my life, and God sent her in my life, in my path for a reason.
Without a doubt.
Absolutely. We have had a lot of people in the year that we've been on to come through DopelivenTV Live and give us their wisdom, give us their wherewithal as far as business goes, to share their music with us, share their life with us. Okay. Today has been one of the best times that I've had on this show.
It just seems like it keeps going up and up, though.
It does. And I'm in the course of what we were talking about, man. Everybody that's watching, learn from what Michelle has told us. Michelle, the author, has told us. Look, and again, man, everybody, look, we all start out the same way, okay? Things may happen to us, okay, but that does not mean that we don't have a purpose in life. We have to continue to keep on trying to make today the best day of our lives, all right? And then after we're done with today, we go to sleep and God allows us to wake back up. Let's do it again tomorrow to make that day even better than yesterday, because those days are gone, okay? And we cannot dictate what goes on tomorrow. We can say, okay, well, tomorrow I want to do this, tomorrow I want to do that, okay, but you're not guaranteed tomorrow. Let's work on today, all right? And Michelle, you are the epitome of grace, of kindness, of love, man, of wisdom. I just there's not enough. I mean, if you open a dictionary, I can just open it, flip the pages, point, and I'm quite sure that one of the word that I pointed to describes you. You are a fantastic individual, and we are so glad to have you on the show. And anytime you want to come back to this forum, please do.
Well, thank you. You're a blessing in my life as well. Just so you know, I just finished book number 4.
Look at you, see
the illustrations. It's ready to go,
and so she is an author.
A major fundraiser to help a hospital here in Georgia that helps all the underserved, and has
Damn
been
it.
doing so for a long time.
And she's
Damn it,
giving.
I'm a lazy bastard. I only have one job.
I know, but
She's
the
always
the book.
helping. She is
She
always
gave the book
helping.
away for free. Come on,
Yeah.
how many copies you said?
1 million.
Wow.
1 million copies away for free, y'all. Come on, man. That's I'm not saying crazy in a crazy sense.
But,
I'm just
but
saying,
check this out, Greg. Because God is so good.
Mhm.
If I give away that 1 million, I'll make it 2.
Yeah. He'll double it. That's for
I'll
sure.
double it. I said it on this show. I meant it.
Mm-hmm.
so it is written, author. It shall be done. Okay. So having said that, Michelle, thank you for coming to the show. Latanza Johnson, we thank you for trying to get on here. We're going to definitely do another part with you. And Gina, when we get Latanza's schedule, please contact Michelle and tell her to sit her ass on the panel. We need you. We feed off of you, Michelle. We have had such a great time with you. Thank you, everybody who commented, everybody who watched. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. We will probably see you guys tomorrow, God willing. Okay, I got to say that every day now instead of saying, yeah, we're going to be on tomorrow. Okay, we will do our best to be here tomorrow, God willing. Okay? This is Dope Living TV Live. There's Nyla right there with an L. That's Gina. There's Maurice. And of
Peace.
course, the computer lady. Everybody, cellbotics.com. Y'all go check her out, okay? Dope Living TV Live. We will see you guys, if all is allowed. We'll see you tomorrow, all right?
All right. Peace.